Alrighty, good morning from Marthasville, Missouri. This has been a great little town. They have a fantastic restaurant. They have a convenience store. They had a really good breakfast sandwich and some good coffee this morning. And the people are so polite. Listen, what you do is you come to the community park. There's a phone number, you call it. This lady comes over, she takes your $5 a piece. She opens up the bathrooms, turns on all the lights in the bathroom. Under the pavilion here, which I'll show you, I guess you can kind of see it, there's lights that you can turn off and on. There's electric plugs on the poles. It was a good night because it rained and it rained and it rained. I mean, I heard them talking over at the convenience store, all the farmers sitting around drinking coffee. One of them said it rained 0.7 of an inch last night. So we were perfectly dry. This has been great, So we're about, 40 miles from St. Charles. But then we've got to go another 12 or so to get to, I guess it's Manchens or something like that, which is the eastern terminus of the trail, and then turn around and do the 12 back. So we have about a 65-mile day if we can get it in. Once again, we're going to be battling weather. There's thunderstorms coming in after lunch, and I don't know. That's one of the beautiful things about this is you just kind of play it by ear and move on. All righty. Here we go. Alrighty, there's the depot in Marthasville. And if you look over here to your right, this is, see if I can zoom in, the little park, and that's the pavilion that we stayed in. And let's see, zoom real hard. That building right there is a little bar that has great food and service. So, here we go on the Katy Trail, heading east. Well, there's a little hotel called the Shady Rest at the Junction. It is run by Kate, come and be her guest at the Junction. And there's Uncle Joe, he's a moving kind of slow at the junction. Woo! Woo! After our little incident the other day, I tend to fall further back when we go over a bridge that has the wood decking on it. No, we don't want that to happen again. I was just barely behind Gary, and I was just extremely lucky that I was able to steer into his trailer instead of just running over the top of him. Of course, whenever I attempted to steer, my bike went out from under me too. So I figure, got a little distance between us, it'll hopefully keep from further injury, or at least worse injuries. The main thing is just don't do it again, right? Yeah. this out. Holy moly. Here we are, basically in the middle of nowhere. Here's this giant boat, a yacht. Oh well. All right, I just talked with that young man, and basically they give dinner tours. You can book it for lunch or for dinner and special events and I don't know, all that kind of thing. It's kind of like the, you know, the steamboats that are on the Mississippi, the old paddle wheelers that take you out for dining and all that. But anyway, that's what the Miss Augusta is all about. So we're going to switch out batteries. Mine's down to 40%. We've gone about 15 miles. So we'll switch out, see where we're at in about another 15 miles. The weather is still holding out really well. So far, so good. Well, I thought this was part of the Klondike Park because in the forms it says you can enter the gravel by the silo. But if you just follow this up here, it looks like they're just making a rest area with charge stations. Let me zoom in. With charge stations for e-bikes and water spigot over here with another charge station. I'll tell you what, if that is what they're doing, they are way ahead of the game for the e-bikes. Wow, this is nice. We have seen quite a diversity of wildlife. Let me see, a couple of deer, I don't know, 500 squirrels. I saw a chipmunk. Speaking of squirrels, there goes one. Snakes of different varieties. That one that puffed up was actually an eastern hognose snake. Gary thinks he might have seen a copperhead. I've seen a little garter snake, a green snake, a couple of black snakes. I've seen 2 owls. Always like to see them. That's pretty cool. So, you know, it's been a lot of fun. Of course, you occasionally see the jogger, the hiker, a lot of bikers along the way. Good morning. Another squirrel. And I've been thinking, we also saw a couple of turtles and a couple of people on horseback. And you know, we didn't want to forget about them. Well, I think it was inevitable. But the rain has finally caught up to us. For the first time, we're having to ride in the rain. It's just a light drizzle right now, so that's not bad at all. Now we're coming into St. Charles, and the trail has veered off of the old tracks, I guess, you know, to make its way through the town here. But it hadn't been bad, you know. At least they got it set up to where you can stay off of the main roads away from all the traffic. Stop Cafe, where it all started. There's Gary's truck. And we are back. Woohoo! Here's something that just absolutely made my day. You know, we're here at the Bike Stop Cafe, and let me show you something. Check this out. This is Chris and Starla, and we have been leapfrogging back and forth the entire trail.
Yep.
They are from Arkansas. They're on manual bicycles, and I tell you, they have literally kept up with us the entire way. In fact, every time we would stop to charge our batteries, we'd go up the trail a little bit, and there they'd be again. So, you know, it's been fantastic. We've met several nice people on the trail, but these are my favorite. Alrighty, we've rested up, charged up, and now we're going to do the rest of the Katy Trail from St. Charles here all the way to the eastern terminus. And I think it's called Manchens. So here we go, back on the trail. So right there is 300 miles worth of trail. And it's a little confusing because we went down the Rock Island, which is 47 and a half. But when we got to the junction of the two, we actually turned and went to Clinton and then came back. So that added 17 extra miles. And then now, because we're going to have to come back from Manchens up here, that's going to add another 12 miles. So this is our 300th mile. See what I've been putting up with? Imagine what he's been putting up with.
Where's the bell? Where's the bell? Hey, Keith, we did it, buddy.
Yep, we made it.
We made it. I found the bell.
All right, my turn. It's a pretty exciting moment. We rang the bell at Clinton, and here we go. Three rings for 300 miles. This is the eastern terminus of the Katy Trail State Park. And it is literally in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there's no roads to get here or anything. But it's all right. Well, we're coming back into St. Charles, and we have officially ridden the entirety of both the Rock Island Spur and the Katy. And we have put in about 316 miles of trail. And I want to end the journey up here. I'll show you here in just a second. Well, I guess this is the end of the adventure. we actually did 316 trail miles. That's pretty darn good for a couple old farts. What do you think?
Yeah, real old farts.
So, anyway, thanks for going with me, Gary. I really appreciate it. This has been a great trip, and thank you for coming along with us. So, we hope to see you on the next one, because there's going to be a next one.
Yep.
Later.